All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart. Today is Saturday, March 8th, 2014. And this is a technical analysis of the stock market today, weekend edition. And we're going to start off looking at the Dow Industrials, which was up 30 points yesterday. The big thing I want to focus on right now is where are we with the Dow and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. All of the other indices have moved to new highs except the Dow Industrials, okay? So until the Dow breaks this peak point here on December 31st, I've got to say that we are in a, I've still got it like a bearish scenario with a wave 1 down and a wave 2 up, okay? And the reason we talk about it is because it looked like we had 5 little waves in here, down, back, down, sideways, down. And that's what you want to see for the first wave down. That confirms that that's potential impulse wave to the downside. Now, here's the thing: as we, if this takes out this peak here, if this takes out, then this scenario is off, and then we're in totally bull mode, which is, you know, when you look at the other indices, that seems to be the message that everybody's trying to send. So then I would move to a different scenario. Okay, this is the alternate scenario. This would say that, okay, wave 4, we're still saying we have 5 waves up. We're still thinking that we're in the 5th wave of 5 waves up, which would be the final wave. But the final impulse wave has 5 waves to it. Okay, all of the impulse waves to the upside got 5 waves. So in this scenario, I would be counting this as a wave 1. This is a sharp correction wave 2, which is what it kind of looks like. And then we'd be in a wave 3. And if that's the case, then this doesn't count as 5 waves. It would count as 3. And it's, to get the most accurate, you almost have to dig in and look at the hourly counts on a daily basis. So right now, this would be the, if we step back at a higher level, this would be the alternate scenario I'd move to if this point is taken out and broken. Okay, and then on the S&P 500, this scenario here, which we thought we were in a wave 5 of 5, this would probably become more like a wave 3, and that we're still in a bullish mode. But I think the biggest thing, so again, it's a struggle trying to figure out where the markets really are, and everybody is struggling with this. Nobody knows for sure where we are, what's the real count. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I really believe it seems like that when we look at the wave count, you look at the wave structure, you given what the market's done in the last 5 years and what we've done in the last 2 years, we're in the final stages here. So that's why we're on this alert of trying to figure this out in terms of the wave structure. Now, the bottom line is, what am I in the S&P? Yeah, the bottom line is, no matter what, you still have to watch to see the price action in here with the 10-day exponential moving average, and we're trading nicely right above it, just trending up to the upside. So you just stick with that, and that's what you look for, and then you look for divergences on your stocks to alert you that the trend that they're in is over and that they're possibly getting ready to turn. And until the moving averages all start to align themselves to the downside, you have to say, well, we're still moving to the upside, okay, until things start to roll over, which we don't really see yet. Okay. Nasdaq. The Nasdaq had a down day on Friday. It was down 15.9 points. A little bit of a bearish look to it, kind of encompassing all of Thursday to a degree. Again, we're up here hugging this upper end of the trend line. You know, when you look at this, and like I've talked about before, we don't have a tendency to stay there very long. Okay, the New York Composite is looking, the one chart formation that seems to be jumping out at me that I don't really see in others is this broadening top, which has a bearish indications to it. Now, typically you would go all the way up into this trend line here on this fifth wave, fifth point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm also seeing this on the Russell 2000. So it's kind of interesting. I'm just pointing it out to make note of it, because then that also puts me on alert for a scenario that could possibly occur here if we start to see this roll over and start to close down below the 10-day, get the 10-day starting to head back down. Then you'd sit back and say, well, wow, okay, maybe we've got a little topping formation that truly is going on. So those are the kinds of things you're looking for. That's really, the indicators haven't changed much since Thursday night's video, so not really a whole lot of change there. I'm not going to dive into those. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our focus stocks that we do on the weekend. Apple's still in a downtrend. I think the move for the entire week was up $4.20. Pretty much going sideways in here. This is still a critical trend line that it needs to break. We still have lower highs and lower lows in here. I frankly have expected this move to the downside to accelerate. So if this breaks, like I'm expecting it to break, I'm expecting this thing to accelerate to the downside. Now, if it doesn't, and it takes out this high point up in here, I think something totally different is going on. We need to reevaluate. So I think we just got to let Apple tell us what's happening in terms of right now. If you had to place your bet, you'd have to sit back and say, right now we're in a slightly bearish downtrend that's going on, breaking out of this rising wedge formation. Okay, and Baidu continued to push up this last week. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this was last Friday. And then we've had this action closed on Monday, of course, with the market down, and then bounced back tremendously. A reversal day on Friday. But I tell you, I've gotten tired of trying to bet with these reversal bars. The trends just are too strong. But I think to just make a note that this is potentially a reversal bar, what I'm doing with this B is I'm moving this right over here and saying this is a potential top on B. But do you sit and bet to the downside? Do you buy puts? No. You have to wait to get closes below the blue line and get the blue line starting to break down. You need this trend line to break. What I'm looking for is action that's something that's going to be like, okay, we got 1 and we got 2, and then this is C coming down here, and then we got these gaps. These gaps in prices that are sitting down here just begging to be closed, and that's exactly what will happen if this thing starts to head to the downside. So, all right. So that's it for now. As for the weekend update, focused on Apple, Baidu. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll take a look at the trade ideas and the activity that we had on them this last week, and look to see if there's anything new for this coming week. We'll have that out tomorrow. So, everyone, have a great weekend. This has been Joe for Beyond the Chart. Thanks for stopping by.